Hari Om. The Batu Caves of Kuala Lumpur. The states of Selangor and Perak in Malaysia have a number of limestone caves. The Batu Caves are only about 15 kilometers away from Kuala Lumpur, and the biggest of the caves is housed a shrine of Muruga or Kartikeya, the war god and the eldest son of Shiva. The Sanskrit word for cave is Guha, and one of the names of Lord Muruga is also Guha, since he likes to inhabit caves. As you approach the foot of the cave, you can see a towering statue of Lord Muruga, which dominates the scene from a kilometer away. There are many small shrines at the foot, but once you started going up, as I went up the 300 steps leading to the cave temple, it was an enormous cave with stalactites and stalagmites growing all over the place. Water was still dripping from the roof. In one niche in the wall was a lovely figure of Lord Muruga, in his form as Bala Muruga or the child Muruga. Further up in another niche was his figure, the general of the army of the gods, in full regalia. It was a fascinating shrine, and my heart was bursting with gratitude to the divinity who had led me there. Now for the story of the cave. It is said that during the British occupation, at the beginning of the 20th century, one of the rubber plantation owners had taken up some of the Indian workers to collect bats' droppings from the cave to be used in the rubber plantation. Apparently, they found a spear stuck into the ground just at the spot where the idol of Muruga is kept now. Of course, to the Indian, the spear is an insignia of Lord Muruga, and as soon as they saw it, they started worshipping it. All the workers would come and bring flowers and incense and worship the spear. Of course, the Englishman had no idea what it all meant. All he knew that the Indians were a superstitious lot, and he had no time to waste with their nonsense. So he cracked his whip and told them to get on with their work and not waste half their day in worshipping this fetish. Since they did not listen to him, he went forward and plucked the spear from the ground and threw it into a heap of dirt in the corner. The Indians were shocked at this barbarous act on the part of the Englishman and warned him of the dire consequences which were sure to follow. Of course, the intelligent Westerner laughed in scorn at their ignorance. However, it is said that very soon he fell ill of no known disease, and very soon his condition began to deteriorate. No doctor could discover what he was suffering from. At that time, when his mind was in a weak and humble state, it is said that he had a vision of Lord Muruga, who told him that he would get well. He reinstated spear and gave permission to his workers to worship it. His miseries had made him a wiser man, so he promptly hunted out the spear and kept it back in its place, and the Tamil workers were allowed to continue with their worship. Since then, the temple has grown and prospered, and today, countless pilgrims as well as tourists of all other nationalities come to the shrine. Some come to worship, and some come as a tourist attraction. To the devout, the atmosphere is charged with the power of Muruga, the son of Shiva, and many miracles are supposed to have taken place there. Of course, the veil or spear manifested itself in that place only due to the powerful presence of a Mauni Swami who had meditated on Lord Muruga for many years at that very spot. Today they have also constructed a beautiful shrine for that Swami at the bottom of the temple, and there are many other temples to Hanuman, to Durga, and so on. But the whole thing was a really wonderful experience, and it is a thrilling thing to find that such a lot of faith has been aroused by the fact that that one single man with a great tapas at that place has made this whole thing possible. Om Shri Muruga. Jai Shri Muruga.